folks, and welcome to the Movie Mad channel. It's James here. Now, I don't normally do videos like this, but I've been seeing Roy doing his weekly watches, and I find that, I talk about films I've picked up and things like that, but what have I actually watched out the ones I've picked up? Now, for me, sometimes that is a lot less than it should be, because, as I say, I like to put them on the shelf, know I've got them, and then I can watch them anytime. But should really be starting to be my favourites on my shelf. So I'm trying to be a wee bit more proactive in watching the movies. And sorry, I'm itchy. I've not even got a cup of tea. What am I doing? Oh, I forgot. I can't have a cup of tea. I'll explain why. Right. So first of all, I'll just explain why I can't have a cup of tea. No, it's really stupid. I've done the dishes 6 times over the weekend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. Maybe I'm exaggerating how many times it's that I've done it, but this today, it's Sunday. My son just went to football. We came back. He scored a goal, which was great top corner one. To be fair, team lost, but I said to him, you deserve a Burger King. So we've had a Burger King for our sort of lunch dinner, and we'll just have a light dinner later. And I said, I don't want to wash any more dishes today. What we'll do is we'll just use paper plates. So even the dogs have got paper plates. So to point to the dishes, I know it's silly, but I just can't face doing the dishes again today. So stupid. And I'm depriving myself of a cup of tea. I can wash a cup. Yeah, I think I'm going to pause and get a cup of tea, and I'll be right back. Right, I'm back and I've got a cup of tea, and the water for the dishes is still in there, so I can always pop the cups in there, give them a quick rinse, and that'll not be one thing of dishes. So, as I was saying, I want to talk about the watches and the things I've watched over the last couple of weeks. I'm going to spare you the number of episodes of Star Trek Voyager I've watched, the number of episodes of Still Game I've watched, and a couple other things, but mainly movies. But there was one TV show that I watched and I thought, well, that was worth a mention. So we'll start off with, better actually get the list so I can remember what I watched. Right, yes, so it's over here. I do own this on Blu-ray, and I got it out that mega charity shop haul, and that's Talk to Me. Now, in my mega charity shop haul, where I got those like 19 Blu-rays that all were recent releases, I decided I would watch them and decide if they were going to go in the collection. And I have got rid of a couple, like, what was the one, The Bloody Judge? Another one I've got rid of as well. But this one, horror one, was actually pretty good, and it had a good twist. So I decided to keep that in the collection. And it's basically, there's this ancient artifact which has got a hand encased in it. And if you hold the hand, you can see dead people. And if you see the dead people, you can say, let me in, and they take you over your body. But people start to do it and things start to go wrong. And it was thought this is a generic horror movie, but actually the twist at the end I thought was pretty good. So I'm going to keep that. I think that's worth a rewatch. And I think that one will stay in my collection, because I think that was a decent horror movie. I thought anyway. Just, I'm doubting myself. It was good. I did enjoy it. The next one I watched, I actually watched it on Netflix. Now, I have started to watch this one before, and I watched it, and I got like 40 minutes into it, and I thought, no, maybe 30 minutes into it, and I thought, no, I can't watch any more of this. And that was Bullet Train with Brad Pitt and another couple of other people in it. And I watched that on Netflix, and I got past the 30 minutes this time, and actually the movie got better. And I think that's one that grows on you, because if you watch, there's always something new to notice, I think, in it. Basically, there's a whole pile of assassins on a train, and different types, and they are trying to get a bag and a warlord's son to them, and things don't work out. And I actually thought that was pretty good. I say I don't have a Blu-ray of that because I watched it on Netflix. But if I see that, cheap £3-4 mark, I think I would add that to the collection. Right. Now, I never showed you this unboxing. Larry sent it to me, and it's absolutely mega what he sent me. And I was wanting to maybe give it a separate review and a separate look at, but when I got it, I wanted to watch it, so I got it, and I'm sure there's hundreds of videos on this particular movie all over the web, but I was going to have to import it like a lot of people have done, and I think the price of it varies. I'm not quite sure how much Larry paid for it, but it was more than I could afford, is what I would say. And I like things to drop in price and then maybe get them later. But whether this would drop in price or not, I don't know. And I might have ended up just not having it. And I didn't want to fold that up because it's got all the other things in it. But Larry sent me The Abyss in 4K. Now, I watched this. It's been a long time since I've watched the film. I've watched it 2 or 3 times. 2 or 3? Maybe 20 or 30 is more like it. But I like to forget films, and then I couldn't remember the ending, but I did remember the ending of this one. And the whole thing about the British Broadcasting Federation not allowing the release because of the rat scene, the DVD's out. You can buy the DVD. And the people who were making it didn't want to change it. Now, there's a lot of controversy about the picture quality on this because, as far as I know, James Cameron did the 3 movies, and it's an AI upscale from a 2K master, and it's changed the tone of the movie. But I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't mind it. I thought the picture quality was good. I thought it was a very, very good copy, especially as there's no Blu-ray. That there is the Blu-ray in here, but I haven't actually tested to see if that is region locked or not. It may be region locked. I don't know. So you get the 4K, you get the Blu-ray, and you get the digital code. But obviously that's an American one, so you can't use that over here. If there is any viewers in the US who want that digital code, the first one to comment that they want it on my video, I'll send that to them, so they've got a digital copy of that if they want. Because I say we can't redeem them over. Well, there is ways and means you can do it. You can sign up for a account, pretend you're in a McDonald's in America, and do it that way. But that's not for me. So if somebody wants the digital copy, I'm presuming it'll be a 4K one, and they are able to redeem it, put it in there, and I will find some way to get that to you on there. So that's fine. And I actually really like Michael Biehn. He's in The Terminator, he's in Aliens, and he's in this. I've seen him in a couple of other films as well, but I think he's a great actor. And he plays a bad guy in this one, which is a bit... sorry, a bad guy. He is a bad guy. He chased him in this up. He is a bad guy. But I think he's bad because of the decompression sickness that he's got in there. And I'm really, really delighted to own this and add this to my shelf. And that sort of made me think, because I couldn't actually get this into my shelves because didn't have enough space. So I've decased some more. I've got rid of a few more. And that's why I'm, trying to only add movies into my collection that I am going to watch repeatedly over and keep. But I contradict myself because I do want ones that I've unwatched. So listen, it's me. I can't help it. So there we go. And that is excellent. And it's a nice thin case one as well, which is good. So that was a really, really, really nice, it was totally unexpected gift from Larry. So I really, really appreciate that. Thank you very much. And I watched it. We also I also watched another full series on Netflix with Jeff Daniels, and it's A Man Fool. There's a bit of controversy about a male appendage right at the end of this film, shall we say. Not film, this series. And basically, Jeff Daniels plays a power hungry CEO mogul, bit like Elon Musk, Donald Trump, where he owns a big company, but everybody's out to get him, and the banks are after him and they're trying to shut down his company. But he's not that great a guy. But there's something about him that I like. And when they're all trying to come after him, I think you feel for him and try and sort it out. But ultimately, I don't want to spoil this for anyone who's going to watch the limited series. So there's 6 episodes, but ultimately, again, I'm not going to say anything further than that, because if you haven't seen it, I'd encourage you to go and watch it, and then you can come and speak to me about it in the comments. Next, you got an opinion, Charlie, have you? He seems to. Well, to be right now while we're singing his wee song, it might be worth having a wee sip of my tea before I move on to the next one. Or a slurp of my tea, I should say. It's a bit hot. I've been trying to cut down to 1 sugar because, my healthiness and that, but it does taste better with 2, it does. I've got 1 in this, I can have one. There we go, Charlie's finished. So, next I watched this film here with Steve Carell. It's The 40-Year-Old Virgin. I just really enjoy this film. I just find the humour in it my sort of thing, and a lot of people didn't like the American comedies, but I do like this one. And the scene where he's getting his chest waxed, it actually happened for real. According to the Steve Carell, they actually hired actors who hadn't done waxing before, and they just kept waxing him, and they actually waxed his nipple. Apparently, his nipple could actually come off in that scene. It could have came off in that scene if he didn't do it properly. But if you watch in the background, okay, at the other 3 actors' reactions as they're watching them get it done, I don't think they're acting at all. They are absolutely having a ball, and I just think, for a you can get this for a couple of pounds in CEX, can you? Or it could be starting to go to print now, because a lot of these ones are. There's a lot of additional features on this, isn't there? No, 17 minutes of deleted scenes. I think I might actually go back and watch those. Raw footage rehearsals. Yeah, that's a good movie. I do enjoy that one, and I watched that one. So that was a rewatch for me. So out of the 5 things I've watched so far, 1, 2, if you can include Bullet Train's a new one because I've never seen the end of it, and A Man in Full, 3 out of the 5 have been new ones. 40-Year-Old Virgin to rewatch. The best is a rewatch, but not on 4K, obviously. So we watched that as well. Next, I watched Christopher Lambert in Fortress and my bootleg Spanish one. And to be fair, the picture quality on it was good. It's 90s futuristic prison nightmare scenario. And I've talked about this one a lot, so I won't talk about that one much more just now. Again, the next ones I watched were both on. One was on Amazon Prime with adverts, so that drives me a bit crazy. There was a couple of adverts in it, but not too bad. But I've always wanted to see this movie, and it's Snowden. Basically, the whistleblower of the US, who's probably listening to me right now, going to shut down my video because they don't want anybody talking about that. I'd encourage you, if you're a conspiracy theorist, to watch Snowden, and you'll maybe see that some of the people think people are not listening, they are. No. Charlie is, anyway. But I think I would like to get a copy of that on Blu-ray. I don't know actually, if it's got a Blu-ray, because I haven't looked at it yet, but I get the sometimes streaming is good for discovering films that you can't get on there, so that's good. Again, the next one I watched was on Netflix, and that was The Black Phone. I thought that was a really, really, really good horror. It's Ethan Hawke playing a serial killer, but the real star of it, this one, is the kids. Really, really good movie. I thought it was excellent, and that's one I think I'll definitely be looking to add to the collection. What else did we watch next? A soppy one. I think I've seen it before. Roy has been watching them over the last few weeks on his weekly watches, so I thought I would give Bridget Jones's Diary a little rewatch. And it was an okay film. It was pretty good. Pretty good. I do enjoy the interaction between Hugh Grant and Colin Firth. The smoking and the drinking for Bridget Jones and that isn't the really thing that I like, but I thought it was all right. And again, I think that's going out of print as well, so I don't have that on Blu-ray. So again, I think it's £2.52 at the moment. So worth £2.52 on Music Magpie or eBay or something like that. So that's probably worth adding it the collection because of the out of print issues that are going into it. Next, I watched Simon Pegg and Absolutely Anything, and to be honest with you, wasn't one of his best. Basically, he turns into a guy who can some alien overlords grant him the power to do anything he wants, and it's sort of a redemption, it's a Bruce Almighty ripoff, I would say. And it was watchable, but it wasn't the greatest one, I didn't think. Another American comedy. This is 40 with Paul Rudd, and can't remember who the girl is, but she's also in the 40-year-old virgin. Is the drunk girl that he picks up, and she drives drunk and crashes into everything. I don't know what her name is. It escapes me for the moment. If you do know what her name is, then put in the comments. And this is about people turning 40, midlife crisis sort of stuff, with a guy going in a cycling, in trouble with his business, family falling apart, and they all bring it back together in the end. But there's a really, really, I don't know if there's a scene in this where Paul Rudd's on the bed with his wife, and they're talking about romantic stuff and stuff like that, and he lets out about 3 giant farts, shall we say? I don't like that word, but apparently that was not meant to be in the movie. And Paul Rudd done that, and it was that actual natural reaction of the other actress on the bed going, "Oh, don't!" That wasn't actually meant to be in the movie. So I thought that was a good point as well. I also started watching Rolling Thunder, but I've got about 20 minutes of that to go. So I think I'll save that for the next video. And the last one I watched it's not the last one I watched in order, but the last one I watched last Sunday was Zulu. Now, that I didn't know why I didn't have that on Blu-ray. It came in the post from Larry. He said, "Didn't just put it on yourself, watch it." And I did. I popped it on, and you know what? The picture on that Blu-ray is incredible. I can't imagine what it would look like in 4K, or whether it'd be a massive difference, but the Blu-ray picture was great. And Michael Caine being his tough-nosed self, I don't know if that's a real interpretation of Michael Caine or not, but defending Rock's Drift against the Zulus, I think it's an excellent, excellent movie. Should have held it up, to show you. So, that is my, I don't want to say weekly watches, because that's what I've watched in 2 weeks. So I might make this a regular feature if you are wanting to talk about movies more than just showing them on my channel and what I've got into the collection, how I've got it, things like that. But yeah, I do that. So I do it on my shelf videos as well. But that is a excellent picture. I looked it up afterwards, and it's shot in 70mm. Same as Tower of Inferno. The ones that are shot in 70mm really do seem to get the benefit of Blu-ray, I think, anyway. So hope you've enjoyed the video. If you do want some more videos like this, let me know. Also, if you do want to subscribe, that would be handy. We're getting close to, I think I'm getting close to about 800 subscribers now, so I picked up a good 100 subscribers over the last couple of months, so there's a lot of new people viewing. And as I say, if you're new and you want to make a comment and speak to me and tell me what you think of the videos, I'd appreciate that. So thanks very much for your time, and I'll see you next time, guys. Thank you. I'm going to finish my tea now and put my cup in the washing because I'm not doing any more washing.